When you wake up in the morning, consider what a beautiful luxury it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to appreciate, to love. That is what Marcus Aurelius once said. How can we create mornings that reflect this stoic respect of life in this context? To set the tone for a calm and productive day, we are presenting a morning practice that is based on stoic wisdom. Today, please like the video before we start, so that you can support my efforts to propagate the Stoic philosophy. If you do not already have a subscription, I urge you to do so and turn on the bell, so you will not miss any videos. First, take some time to consider how morning routine, fleeting life, is the thorough insight and acceptance of the transient nature of everything is one of the fundamental tenets of Stoic philosophy. Spend a moment immersing yourself in this truth every morning before the world's glamour starts. Locate a peaceful area where you can relax, unbothered. Make sure your posture is relaxed yet erect, as a physical representation of the harmony between calm and attentiveness you hope to attain. Put your eyes closed and consider the vastness of the cosmos. Imagine galaxies spinning in the dance of time as stars are born and die. Imagining the Earth as a small dot in this cosmic ballet can help think of the mountains that have stood tall, the rivers that have carved roots, and the birth and collapse of civilizations within this dot. Bring your attention back to the present and consider how brief your life is in the big scheme of things. This illustration is meant to make clear the value and fleeting nature of our existence, not to lessen our significance. Knowing that life is transitory is a sobering lesson. First of all, it emphasizes how important each day is when we genuinely understand how precious our time is. We have a tendency to put what matters most above pointless annoyances and disagreements. Your ability to handle the day with a greater sense of purpose is enhanced by waking up with this perspective. In essence, this morning practice is about embracing the present with love, devotion, and action, rather than facing mortality with fear. If you know how to use it. Life is long, as Seneca so wryly observed, so by establishing this routine in the morning, we serve as a constant reminder to live each day fully, meaningfully, and gracefully. Second, keep a journal of your ideas. The practice of journaling, which has its roots in Stoic philosophy, involves having a private conversation with oneself, as well as keeping a record of happenings. It serves as a means of reflection, grounding, and occasionally catharsis. Writing down thoughts can be a profoundly altering exercise in and of itself. Select a diary that speaks to you personally to start. This could be a straightforward notepad, a lavish diary, or a digital file. This is your sacred sanctuary, free from criticism and outside demands. Your unedited, uncooked thoughts can breathe. There, write down the first ideas that cross your head every morning. They might be traces of dreams, lingering emotions from the day before, or expectations for the coming day, similar to cleaning the courtyard of leaves. This initial spill helps reduce mental clutter. Next, turn your attention to being grateful. It is simple to become caught up in what we lack or what we want in the broad fabric of life. However, Stoicism imparts to us the importance of appreciating the present list, 3 things for which you are truly thankful, such as the warmth of your blanket, the smile of a loved one, or even just the opportunity to start a new day. Go beyond thankfulness and consider yourself. Think of a Stoic principle or a difficult situation in your life. Ask yourself if your actions are consistent with your values. Where did I behave irrationally yesterday, as opposed to acting on impulse? What can I do to improve today? This is a self-awareness and growth activity, rather than a self-criticism. One, set an intention for the day as a last step. Write down a straightforward commitment or affirmation based on the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance in your diary. This acts as your moral compass, directing your behaviors and choices all day long. Keep in mind that your notebook is a window into your inner world. It serves as a tool, ally, and mentor. One of the most important Stoic works, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, began as his private journal. It was his method of keeping in mind the tenets of Stoicism, comprehending his acts and navigating the challenges of life. Third, make intents for each day rather than goals. While both objectives and intentions direct us, they do so in very different ways. Inherently focused on the future goals, emphasize accomplishments, outcomes, and results. They offer a direction on the other side. Intentions bring light to the trip. They are firmly entrenched in our beliefs and the person we strive to be, each and every day serving as present moment anchors at its essence. Stoicism highlights the difference between things we can influence and things we cannot. Goals frequently relate to outside consequences, and occasionally may be beyond our control, even with our greatest efforts. Unexpected difficulties can still occur, but we have complete control over intentions. They serve as daily reminders of our individual beliefs and a deliberate decision about how we want to live our lives, no matter what happens outside of our control. After writing, to clear your head. Think about the kind of day you want to have when you start your morning, instead of concentrating on what needs to get done. Consider who you want to be today. Will you be patient, savoring each moment as it arises and not hurrying it by? Do you want to have compassion for yourself as well as others, realizing that everyone is going through their own struggles? Or maybe your goal is to be brave, facing obstacles head-on, and stepping outside of your comfort zone. Put these goals in writing today. I will listen more than I say. I will approach confrontations with understanding, or I will find moments of peace amidst the chaos. Character. These are reminders of the character you want to be. Not duties to be completed. It does not matter what you bear. What matters is how you bear it. As Seneca so eloquently phrased it, goals serve as our daily compass. They direct our responses, choices, and activities in this quest. They become active decisions that impact our day, rather than only being passive desires. Setting daily intentions forces you to focus on qualities rather than results. Success is defined by how you act, react, and live in the world, not by what you accomplish. It is a significant shift in perspective that fully embodies Stoic wisdom and guarantees that you have a clear picture of your personal journey, regardless of how unpredictable the day may be. Fourth, learn to live with discomfort. Discomfort. Comfort has evolved into an expectation and a gauge of progress in our modern environment. However, the Stoics, with their great knowledge, understand that the unrestrained pursuit of comfort may be detrimental to one's ability to advance personally. They supported the deliberate practice of introducing minor discomforts in order to strengthen the spirit, develop resilience, and ensure readiness for life's unavoidable challenges. Set aside a specific number of days during which you will be content, according to the Stoic philosopher Seneca. If it is the condition that I feared, eat the meager and cheapest meal and wear coarse, unflattering clothing. The purpose of this was not to encourage needless suffering, but rather to free ourselves from the bonds of reliance on outside luxuries and to remind ourselves of our inherent strength. Consider subtle methods to introduce discomfort as you begin your day. Perhaps you need to startle yourself up and re-energize your senses by having a cold shower. This act works as a figurative baptism, washing away the inertia and reassuring you of your ability to endure and thrive. In addition to encouraging physical alertness, another option is to decide without drinking the first cup of coffee and to keep in mind that your motivation comes from within, not from external stimulants. You might also think about engaging in more introspective activities, such as setting aside 10 minutes to reflect on a previous adversity and acknowledge the courage you showed and the development that resulted from it, or opting to ride a bike or walk rather than drive to work, taking the time to observe your surroundings and viewing the physical effort as a testimonial to your body's potential. Here there are two goals. First, goals of all these routinely uncomfortable behaviors serve as mental and spiritual training by routinely venturing beyond of our comfort zones. In little ways, just like an athlete trains the body, we equip ourselves for life's greater unanticipated obstacles. Additionally, they offer context. We gain a greater appreciation for some luxuries when we have them, and a greater understanding that they are not the foundations of our happiness or contentment. By periodically giving them up, you are not punishing yourself by accepting difficulty. Rather, you are giving yourself more power. You are developing a stronger inner fortitude, letting go of pointless dependence and embracing a stoic sense of freedom that comes from understanding the true contentment is independent of outside circumstances. 5. Engage in meditation and mindfulness exercises. Stoicism and mindfulness may have different cultural origins. Ancient Greece for the former and Eastern traditions for the latter. But their emphasis on leading a focused, meaningful life brings them together wonderfully. The Stoics had a keen understanding of how the present moment works. They held the opinion that the majority of human sorrow results from either concentrating on the past or worrying about the future. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them, said the wise Epictetus. In doing so, he made a reference to the significance of our perceptions and the influence of the present. Make time in the morning to practice mindfulness or meditation, unless doing so resonates with you. This does not entail sitting in the lotus position or reciting mantras. It is about establishing your presence in the present moment. Presence: find a calm area and assume a relaxed stance. Put your eyes closed and focus inward. Start by merely paying attention to your breathing. Notice how your chest rises and falls, or how air enters and exits your nose. Your constant breathing acts as an anchor to the present moment. When your thoughts stray, which they inevitably will, gently and without passing judgment, return your focus back to your breathing. After you have calmed down, bring your attention to your bodies. Sensations: feel your body's weight against the chair or the ground. Take note of the room's temperature and how the fabric feels against your skin. Recognize these feelings without trying to explain them. They are what they are. Then gradually move on to watching your thoughts and feelings, picturing them as clouds drifting over the sky or leaves floating on a stream. Detachment is essential in this situation. You are the observer, not the detachment participant. This method fits in perfectly with the Stoic philosophy's emphasis on making a distinction between occurrences and our evaluations of them. Spend the last few minutes of your meditation contemplating a Stoic maxim or saying, consider Marcus Aurelius's proverb, "The universe changes our life is what our thoughts make it." For example, let this knowledge permeate your being. It will direct your day's reactions and behaviors more than just a calming ritual. Incorporating mindfulness and meditation into your morning routine is a Stoic exercise in appreciating the present, distinguishing between external events and internal reactions, and building a mental fortress of composure against life's uncertainties. Amor Fati's 6th review, the Stoic teachings. A golden thread runs through the deep wisdom contained in Stoic teachings. It is a notion known as amor fati, or the love of one's fate, which is both profound and deceptively simple. This is not a call to quiet resignation, rather. It is a call to a passionate embrace of everything that life has to offer, whether it be joy or sadness, success or failure, the uncertainties of life. Meet us every morning as the sun brings in a new day. Plans may falter, expectations may be disappointed or unforeseen, difficulties may arise in these circumstances. The Stoic maxim Amor Fati calls to us, It challenges us to fully love everything that comes our way, rather than just accept it. Think about the independence and liberation that this viewpoint provides when faced with hardship. Consider asking yourself, how can I grow from this? Or even saying, this is exactly what I needed, rather than moaning, why is this happening to me? Conclusion: this perspective change does not minimize the significance of difficulties. Rather, it highlights the benefits, the lessons and the resilience that result from them. Spend a few minutes in the mornings mentally getting ready for the day to come. Consider any difficulties you could experience. Picture them not as obstacles but as essential parts of your path chosen by the universe to hone and define your character. Keep in mind what Marcus Aurelius said: the obstacle to action advances action. What gets in the way eventually becomes the way. Every incident, no matter how insignificant or significant, is viewed as a stroke in the painting of our lives. In the arms of Amor Fati, it serves as a motivating reminder that we are not passive agents of fate, but rather creative agents with the potential to turn any situation into a springboard for development, insight, and thankfulness. This kind of thinking should accompany you as you start your day. Let Amor Fati serve as your compass, pointing you ahead with unshakable love for the journey that is life. As you navigate through storms with resiliency, sunny days with thankfulness, and always stoic wisdom, does not advocate repressing feelings or leading an austere lifestyle. It involves comprehending the nature of existence, concentrating on what is under our control, and building an inner fortress of tranquility. While these 7 techniques provide a well-defined path, let Stoicism be flexible in your life, growing to meet your unique demands. Since the best revenge is not to be like your enemy, as Marcus Aurelius once said, do not stand in the way of your own tranquility and well-being. Which of these will you add to your morning ritual? Post a comment below. I'm glad you could join us, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Immerse yourself in these stoic practices until we meet again, and watch how they change the course of your mornings, days, and ultimately your life.